Alrighty, can you believe 2022 bow hunting season is already almost upon us, coming very shortly. So, in annual tradition, we're going to do Elk Camp wall tent setup series again this year, or attempt to. And I'm going to start this year's series with what I'm taking, part one of what I'm taking, and some things I've added that's new this year that you haven't seen yet. So here we go. Alright, so I've got my stuff laid out on 3 tables here. And let's start at the bottom. The heater, which we've had for 30 years. That chair is new. I wanted a chair that was lower to the ground because I've got 3 herniated discs. And it's easier the lower I am to the ground to get my shoes tied or my boots tied first thing in the morning. So that's what that chair for. I'm bringing 2 propane tanks. That's the small one. I've got one that's slightly bigger. This one is going to be for my cook stoves. And the other one is going to be for that heater. Moving on. Teton XL Outfitter double extra large cot. That's 40 by 80. I'm going to try that here instead of the wood bed. And my wife was gracious enough to make me, out of 10-ounce canvas, a straw bed mattress. So I've got that packed up in here, and I'm going to try that this year instead of the air mattress, but I'm still going to have a sleeping pad on top of that. We'll see how it is, but I will have my air mattress with me in case that doesn't work out very well. In this box, we have kitchen stuff, all the utensils, pots, pans, knives, forks, cleaning stuff, gas fitting, propane gas fitting, all the hoses and adapters, and stuff for cornhole cleanup. Hopefully I don't have to explain what that means to you. Let's open this up. You may be wondering why that table has a hole in it. Okay, this is my shelf you've seen in previous videos for drying boots, etc. Garbage can sack holder. And I'm going to need to set you down for just a second here. Okay, so I took a brand new table, 4 foot long, cut a square hole in it. And a couple years ago, my wife wanted a new sink in the kitchen. So I took a double holed or double bowled stainless steel sink out, and we replaced it with a composite synthetic, I forgot what you call it, but anyway, I cut that thing in half, and I bought some of this trim to keep the sharp edges down, and that fits right in there like that. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to put a 5-gallon bucket underneath it to catch the water. Now, this table is a little bit short compared to a standard kitchen, but I'm going to try it out this year at that height and see how it works. And if it turns out to be too short, then I'll put some leg extensions on the table for next year. But kitchen cleanup, with this setup, I may be able to do it outside and not inside my tent. And in the the rest of this box, you see all the propane fittings and hoses, etc. Some garbage sacks, a hot chocolate slash coffee pot thing, cornhole, pots, and oh, toaster. Keep the thermometer for camp. It's already hot out today. This is the toaster and the clock and some other stuff. Metal plate. All right, I'm going to pack that box back up and we'll move on to the next one. All right, moving on. This box here has the angle fittings for the tent frame, some locks, cables, and my fence charger. So we got insulation for holding the fence wire. That's the fence wire. That's the fence charger. Fence charger is new this year, and I got my 12-volt lamps secured, packed away where they won't break in this little container. There's just two of them, two big 12-volt lamps. Got some mule tape, string, cable locks, parachute cord, extra strap for, I don't know what, trail cameras. Locks, because sometimes I leave the trailer at my campsite and I lock it to a tree so it doesn't walk away on me. And here's the tent angle fittings. Those are designed for 1 inch. So that's in that box. Oh, and the 12-volt light assembly, if I didn't say that already. I redid that completely this year. It's going to be the cat's meow, and you'll have to watch one of the later videos where you'll see it in action. My initial testing, it works pretty good. So, oh, I did make a video on the making of that, so if you go back, you can find it if you want to see it and you can't wait. You want to get something ready for your camp. All right, this box here has the tent, tarp, and an air mattress in it. Let's come around over here. You can see the air mattress here. 20 by 30 tarp, which goes over the tent and has enough room to stand around outside of the tent. And there's the tent underneath there. And there's a hammock. Oh, I guess I got an extra small tarp. That's in that box. All right, now we have stove material. Okay, this is a Coleman grill stove I bought at a yard sale a few years back. And it has one burner for putting a pot on and one grill plate for cooking your steaks. And I keep the regulator down there underneath for storage. I'll tell you what, when I used that 2 years ago for hunting camp, that thing just did phenomenal on that steak. That was one awesome steak. So I don't know, I think I paid $15 for this at a garage sale. So I'm pretty happy with that. But for this year, I got me, for cooking eggs and stuff, a Blackstone griddle. I just put this on there to, let's see here. That's kind of what it looks like, sort of. The knobs are over here. Let me turn this on. Blackstone 17-inch. Now, the griddle part is quite heavy, significantly heavier than that. But doing steaks, or maybe I want to do some bacon, or not steaks, eggs. I could cook steaks on this, but anything I want to fry at camp is going on here this year. We're going to see how well it works. So I'm not taking all 3 of these tables. I'm just taking 2, but I just put all 3 of them out here to put everything for right now. And, oh, my butterfly chair. And this is my Kong cooler. Move that Kong. Expensive, but good reviews. I just stored that stuff there for right now. I'm not taking that to camp yet. What I'm not taking yet is sleeping bag, my sleeping pad, the straw for my straw mattress, my coolers, and all the food, and all my hunting clothing. Stuff that I don't want rats, bears, mice, squirrels to get into when I'm not there. So, one point, when the season starts, there's nothing I can do. It's going to stay there. But until season starts, I'm going to hold off on bringing that in. Oh, and water. I've got some 5 and 7 gallon water jugs. I bring around 20 gallons of water. So when the season starts, I hunt the weekends, and then I'll usually take the last 2 weeks off. So usually that water gets me through, but I'm a solitary hunter. If there's going to be more than one person, then yeah, you're going to probably need to bring more water. And that's also counting on the fact that I usually, during the 2 week stretch, I'll hunt 3 or 4 days, and then I'll go home for a day or two and take a shower. One of these days I may get set up to do a shower up there, but usually I need a good break after 3 or 4 days, so it's not too much of a concern at this point. Anyway, I'm going to leave the camera roll and put it on super fast speed, and you guys can watch as I load up. Oh, what we're missing. The tent frame poles are in my shed, so I'm going to get those loaded on here. I'll video all that and put it on super fast speed, that part of the video, so you're not bored too bad, but you can see how many times I pick them up, set them down, trying to find a way to best fit everything in the confines of my trailer. And I'll have it ready to go, loaded up and packed for whenever it is I go up, and then continue with part 2. Okay, interruption here. I left off some important stuff. I got a 100-watt solar panel and the solar panel mount. Stand it upright, point at the sun. I made that out of an old bed frame, just welded it up together. Don't look at those crappy welds. And the other item I forgot, which I put on the front of my quad already, is a 12-volt battery in here and a solar charge controller. So that'll be up at camp. And I'm taking a box of screws. Alright, I'm going to try and figure out a way to get these things loaded without damaging the solar panel. So here goes. Alrighty there. Got the solar panel sandwiched in there. Solar mount. I got it sandwiched between those two tables here. We'll see how it goes. It got 5 straps tying everything down at this point. So there we go. Now, when I get ready to come out, I could put my sleeping bag and the coolers and stuff up on top of here. Sleeping pad, sleeping mattress. Cooler will probably be fairly empty, or coolers will probably be fairly empty at that point. Only thing I'm going to have to do is my propane tanks. So what I'll have to do is I'll load the quad and ATV trailer on that trailer, and I'll put the propane tanks in the back of my truck for the trip up there. After I get done unloading this load, I'll just make a quick run back with the quad and trailer back to the truck and grab the propane tanks. It's 6 miles round trip on a fairly good road, so not a big deal, but that's the plan at this point. So I think we're loaded as far as getting my ATV trailer loaded. We're good to go, I think. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, as always. And if you have any questions about anything so far, make sure you comment below. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, give me a thumbs down. Peace out. Also, victory for Ukraine. That's what that could be interpreted as.